Hey guys, this is Foolish Mortal 42 back with some more World of Warcraft playing Sphera or Enhancement Draenei Shaman. And we are continuing the Umberfin Tribe quest. So you'll do this very similarly here, and then another one over here. There's actually one in the Grand, very similar. There's like a boss, Kataru. Yeah, and then several extra. Whoops, that was silly. So usually I go on and kill. I think the oracles are the semi-rare spawns. Or maybe not. But yeah, I really, I'm a big. I mean, I know I've talked about it before, but I'm a really big Burning Crusade fan. Obviously, I just thought, you know, I guess after vanilla for so long, when we got like a new zone, new quest, like it just really, you know, kind of sparked, you know, like it reignited our interest, I guess. But at the same time, I thought Blizzard did a really good job with the zones were much more planned out. The dungeons, especially like the 5-man content, were lore friendly. Like they made sense in why you were doing, like going into them, and they were really short, but fun. I mean, it wasn't, you know, I thought, especially after, like some of the dungeons, like Blackrock Depths, which was really just entirely too big, and Lower Blackrock Spire, Upper Blackrock. I mean, they were fun, but it wasn't something that you could like jump in and do with strangers very easily, especially at the time of the gear, even like high level gear was still, you know, difficult to come by. And I mean, I know that makes me sound like a nostalgia nerd, but I guess it kind of is in a way. So just a couple more. But yeah, if you were doing 5-man content in vanilla, your gear pretty much capped itself. I mean, there wasn't really any way to. Yeah, I'm gonna pick that quest up. There wasn't. There was a. Oh gosh, how to word it? To go from 5-man content to raid content, if you were only in a 5, you know, basically a 5-man and guild. Basically, it was very difficult to transition out of that. Who's shooting me? Here. it was just um, oh man, I love that water effect there. Oh gosh, I had this all planned out. I even got like a little script, and it just completely get derailed so easy. But like your tanks had to have like a very specific set of gear, and it was just really hard to gear up and transition out of like lower black or no, I mean lower Black Rock was like a 5-man dungeon. You could do that pretty good. But going from Upper Black Rock, which was a 10-man dungeon, into like Noxramas or higher, it was just really well. I guess like maybe Anchorage was like the next level. So we need one more seer. That hunter's. The just the specializations weren't there.
I need to target something first.
Just kind of a pain to get that gear and to get because you would have to run Upper Black Rock. Oh yeah, we'll rescue you.
May the eternal sun shine.
So this is an escort.
I need to get closer.
Because I remember, I mean, I played
How may I aid you?
a mage during that, a gnome mage, with my Alliance guild, and it was just, oh.
You wish to speak?
Come on, hurry up, move. Sorry.
What brings you here?
Alright, so she's actually gonna jog, which is really handy. So she, like we spent months and months farming up her tier 1, or not even tier 1, it was the 5-man dungeon set, which was like blue, the Arcanist set, and and then there was a quest series where you could upgrade those into purple gear, which was like slightly, it was recolor, and it had slightly improved stats, and that was a way that Blizzard implemented to allow smaller guilds to be competitive. So I mean, you could get that set with your small guild, and then work toward getting the other few pieces to get into like
I need a
core
target
or something like that. Which we had, kind of started piggybacking in with like another guild a couple of times, but we never really could transition. We had we were more of a relaxed, family-oriented guild. I mean, we still did stuff. But, yeah, I always end up talking about that whenever I start out with. But anyway, but it was still, just the long quest chains. They were really fun. I kind of wish that they had left those in. Just, yay. Alright, so before we go turn these in, let's get some Naga claws and go and investigate this and kill these 2 ringers real quick. I mean, I'm glad that No, I don't want people to think that I'm. Wow, blindweed. That I'm like, you know, it's like, oh, it was always better than vanilla. No, I mean, vanilla was fun and it was fun for what it was, but it was definitely set too much in. Can I even pick that? No, I can't pick that yet. You know, I mean, really, the only thing that had came before it was. Um, 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 did I get that? Yeah. Okay, you just got to land next to this pumping station. But like the only thing that had came before that was basically EverQuest. I mean, the only thing that was really successful. I mean, there was a few others, but EverQuest and Ultima Online. You know, I mean, there was some MMOs, but not.
It's too far away.
Not really.
I don't
that
have a
was,
target.
Oh wow. Is she 2 box? I think she's 2 box at most. Yeah. So let's just head on up since she's gonna sweep these guys out of the way. Yeah, I gotta get to 3:30 to pick up Ragville, I think. So. And then the bosses are always on these little pagodas, so we'll just land up here and beat the snot out of this guy. And of course, this guy used to be an elite, so this quest was actually fairly tough.
I need to get closer.
Right. So now we just got to get a bunch of Nagus claws. Not seeing any. Alright, so let's just go on and fly up here. But yeah, I mean Blizzard. I mean they started with what had really worked, which was you know, kind of story-driven PvE questing. PvP never really took off. I mean, it was very much like a niche kind of thing, but it was still very approachable. I know we did quite a bit of. Yeah, there's a town up there, but we'll get to it eventually. Yeah, there's a bunch of quests up there. You know, we did like some big Alterac Valley and a few Warsong Gulch, stuff like that, but it was really in oh, she's dead. Yeah, somebody's up here just absolutely cleaning these guys out. I really liked. Of course, I had switched from my mage to a Draenei Shaman at the time. that I played Enhancement then, but it's very different. It was a very different way of playing. We actually had some times when our DPS was really high. I always enjoyed it. I ended up really struggling to. The thing with an enhancement shaman is like there was never any really good one-handed weapons that you could dual wield, or at least not. Yeah, I must be having like a graphical thing because their nameplates aren't showing up right. So I ended up, sorry, didn't mean to bump the mic there. I ended up doing PvP just to be able to purchase the one-handed gladiator axes from, I think it was Arena or, there we go. Alright, so just a few more claws. So yeah, I ended up getting the gladiator axes that were one-handed, and I used those all the way into. We had started raiding Black Temple, like the first little section of Black Temple, and that's where I found probably one of my favorite weapons of all time, the Siphon, which is it's a one-handed mace. It just looks really cool. So we'll definitely be getting one of those and transmogging it. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I need to make a button where all of these reaction like that, so that they show
I'm
up
out of
better.
range.
Alright, so that's plant parts. Ooh, vengeance parts. Well, what I was going to say there. But yeah, we had worked on Black Temple, the first part of Black Temple, and Tempest Keep. We've done some of that, which is also really fun. Even the raids in Burning Crusade were fairly short.
I need to get closer.
You would have, 5 or 6 bosses fairly close together. Even Serpent Shrine Caverns, which has, one of my favorites Shaman sets. So we'll definitely be doing that as well. Farming for that sexy Space Marine armor. Alright. Alright, so we got some Dreamfall, and I thought I saw a Bell Iron, yes. even these gems still sell pretty good, so yeah, we'll try and get a point of herbalism. There we go. Oh well, we didn't get a point. Alright. So we got a bunch to turn in, and that's something that I always liked about the questing here is like you could do like clusters of quests, whereas in vanilla, you know, like I said, they really didn't know how to set up quests really. I'm just gonna grab this flame away real quick. So this is a Draenei. It's actually a refugee camp originally. So and they'll talk about that when we get those quests, probably in the next episode. So yeah, we'll definitely level up when we turn these in. So, but yeah, the Blizzard just really didn't quite know how to set up quest hubs very well. The objectives were so spread out sometimes, but at the same time, I really enjoyed, you know, like the world-spanning multiple quest chains. You know, I kind of miss that in a way. I kind of wish they had not removed those. But anyway. All right, so I killed a bunch of Naga. Ding. And Mana Tomb's opened. Yay.
Go in peace.
There we go. See, friendly with Cenarian Circle. Yay. Let's see if we can buy some
How
stuff.
may I help?
So we can get an Expedition Flare, which doesn't really do much. No, I think that's it. We definitely need to get honored so that we can pick up this and incorporate that into our thing. I definitely want to get Exalted. I can't believe I've never gotten Exalted
Farewell.
with Cenarian Expedition. That's kind of mind-blowing. Alright. I wonder why that quest wasn't active. So I got
Must
your bloody
not
revenge for you.
Give up.
Thank you, Sphera. I will finally sleep comfortably at night. Were I not so old and weakened, I would deal with my own enemies. Take this gold. It is not much, but your kindness cannot go unpaid. Soon after I escaped the Umberfin tribe, I holed up in a cave south of their village. Little did I know that the cave was being fought over by marsh beast and spore men. I had to leave in a hurry and left behind a box containing my only worldly possessions. After managing to sneak out of the Umberfin with my belongings, it was terrible irony that I would lose them so soon after. If you're willing to bring them back to me, I'll give you one of my very own personal items.
Luck
Alright.
to you.
Greetings.
Did you find any plant parts? A few.
I can't carry any more.
Yeah, we can throw that fish over the way then. Ikian's been telling me stories about what happened to him down in those caves. I think it's just awful. You know, maybe we should do something to help out those poor sporewalks. Ikian says that they live there in the Fungar cavern, but that the marsh beasts have recently invaded. Why don't you go down there and see if you can clear some of those marsh beasts out? It's just to the southwest. Alright, so then we'll get our first,
Goddess watch over you.
so then we can, oops, no.
Asha Fela.
You can do these identifying plant parts
Go in
repeatedly.
peace.
And we'll probably get some of
The
those.
winds guide you.
Alright. You've earned the trust of the Cenarian Expedition Spirit. It's time you spoke to the ancients allied with our cause, Ashen and Kellan, and asked for their blessing. Carrying the mark of an ancient will fill you with great power. These boons will become more powerful as your renown among us increases. Oh. Huh. In your travels, you might have encountered some of the expedition's watchers. They do the majority of the fieldwork, documenting unique inhabitants of the marsh, collecting samples, and making contact with sentient species. The safety of the watchers is paramount, Shaman. We've had to recall the watchers we sent to explore Fungar Cavern to the south because of marsh beast attacks. Warden Hamut believes that killing their leader, Lord Clack, will bring a swift end to the attacks.
Winds be at your
I
back.
can do that. Alright. So you can, this is a really quick one. Grant me your Mark of Ancient, which we get Mark of Lore, increases damage and healing by your spells by 18, which really doesn't help me much, but... And then the Ancient of War. Grant me your Mark of Mighty Ancient. So then, untype power by 15. I'm actually going to try to remember to come back when I get a higher rep to see if that changes. I'm actually kind of curious.
How may I aid you? Ancestors watch over you.
Greetings.
Alright. Oh, wow. Now that you've seen the symptoms of the imbalance with your own eyes, be mindful of them in your travels. There's an important research to be conducted into the ecology of the local creatures, especially the sporlings and bogworms of the marsh. And trust me, once you get out into the field, you'll find the work to be challenging. Seek out Watcher Lesio at the Cenarian Watchpost in the western region of the marsh towards the south. Follow the path west and you will eventually find her. She can be a bit studious, but don't let that get to you. Oh, and watch out for her cat.
Goodbye. Can I assist you?
What's wrong at Cenarian Thicket? I'm gonna leave that alone for now. We might check that out later.
Goddess bless you.
The Naga are behind this, but why? From what you described, the steam pump must be part of the cause for the water level dropping in the marsh. No matter, this explains their open hostility toward us. Let's not waste any time. I need you to perform another task.
May the stars guide you.
Oh, I gotta make more room. And the slave pens. Okay, the marshes are beautiful, wouldn't you agree? That is, except for the Naga forces draining the water away. I sent a small expedition to the Corfang Reservoir to investigate the Naga. They haven't returned. I'm concerned that something has happened to them. Would you travel to the slave pens underneath Serpent Lake and find Watcher Jang? We must determine how widespread the Naga's activity truly is and react accordingly. Exploring each body of water in Zangermarsh could be a lengthy undertaking. If you allow me to, I will use my magic to mold your shape to one more suited to scouting the marsh. I'll this amulet above the balcony near me when you're ready to leave. Alright.
Inventory
is full.
Oh, goodness.
I am honored.
There we go. So then we're just going to basically fly around, and I'll read some of this. Yeah, there's a lot of vanilla herbing stuff. It's just like the structure described at Umberfin Lake. Does this mean the Naga are pumping water out of all the lakes in Zangermarsh? Yeah, pretty much. interesting. The Naga are even pumping the water out of their own lake. What purpose could that possibly serve? So this is Quilfang Reservoir, so the big lake. You swim down in the middle of that. Can't possibly fit all the water they've been stealing. Where are they keeping it at? Where are they keeping it? So you swim down in the middle of that, and that's where Slave Pens and Serpent Shrine Cavern, which is the big raid, and what is the name of it? Underbog. There we go. Underbog. I knew I remember it. Totally. Yeah. And then there's another one too. Dungeons. Steamboat, yeah, that's like a level 60, so still pretty good loot though, or close to level 70. There's a lot of dungeons that were in Burning Crusades. So,
Peace be with you.
it is as I suspected. The Naga have set up pumping stations at all the major lakes in Zangermarsh. It must be stopped if the marsh is to have a future. Not begin to comprehend why the Naga would drain the water out of their own habitat. What I do understand is the need to put a stop to their operations. These seeds carry with them the rage of the earth. Take them to the steam pumps operated by the Naga and use them on their controls. The vines that grow from the seeds will be as thick as your arm and as strong as iron. Ghost Sphere, restore the balance that the Naga have upset.
May the stars guide
This
you.
is a pretty fun little one. So. But I think I'm going to go in and call that a video. Yeah, it's just a hair over 30. And I'll go and definitely empty out my inventory, get some stuff rolling back in Auction House. And I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, hit like and subscribe. And leave a comment. I always enjoy replying to comments and having little conversations with you guys. It's a lot of fun. It makes me really appreciate that people enjoy what I do for some reason. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.